Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back to Sunset Daytona. It's the guys up in the booth with Ninth Gear Broadcasting, Luke and Kevin. How we doing tonight, Kevin?
And super excited with MMS tonight. I think this is going to be a super fun race. We have a big field. We have a super stacked field, a lot of good names out there, and it's going to be the trucks of Daytona. So I think it's going to be a fun one, Luke.
Yeah, you know what else we got, Kevin?
What else?
Stable fucking internet for the first time in a minute. I'll be honest. It feels
Yeah.
pretty good to have some stable internet out here again, and we're hoping this is the first stream back, and we're hoping it goes well. But we got a decent sized roster for the grid, Kevin. You want to go and take that away while they're all getting placed up there on the grid?
Yeah, and how about that front row tonight, Luke? It's going to be Ethan Eckert on the pole with Nick Sipple on his outside. Two super fast cars in qualifying. Going to be a couple names to look forward to. Alex Hill and Michael Barksdale on the second row out here. Cody Nagels, who's no stranger to success out here, and on his outside is going to be Chase Mistretta. Chris Melton and Aaron Vasquez is going to be your fourth row. Your fifth row is going to be Nathan Harper and Scott Warren, the only Canadian out here. Next is going to be Logan York and Asher Little, Dylan Basin and Gage Clark, John Ward and Sean Corbett, Sterling Tice and Corey Wright, Mark Vondell and Elijah Palmeter. Your 10th row is going to be Miles Bagley and Joey Galati. 11th row is going to be Terry Wilson and Steve Sizemore. Then Dylan Jones and Matt Lee. Your last race we were a part of's winner with R&R. Then you got the McCullows, Josh and Kenny, lined up next to each other. William Scott and Derek Rowley. And rounding out this field tonight, the 31 car field, is going to be James Wagner.
Yeah, and what a grid, Kevin. And this is a gorgeous time to start this track, Kevin. Look at that sunset. It is beautiful out here.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Daytona is always a great, aesthetically pleasing track out here. But I mean, when the sun's setting, they got the lights, they got the oh shit, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It looks great, Luke.
It sure does, Kevin. And I think what you're trying to say is, they got the rig set up for when the sunset does go down and it becomes the Daytona night race, which I know I'm excited for. We got 55 laps. I believe they got about a 50% fast repair, or was it a 50% fuel window, sorry, and one fast repair on the evening. 31 car field. They're just finishing getting placed up here on the grid, and we're waiting for them to get ready to go.
Yeah, and Devin, nice to see you. How you doing, brother? I couldn't tell you about the yellows. It's been a minute since we've been here with McCullough Motorsports. I know they stay pretty green out here, so I wouldn't set the line very high. But as far as betting goes, I'm done betting anything racing related for a while after what happened to Jeb Burton today.
Yep, and likewise for, well, I can't remember the name of my fucking driver, Kevin, I'll be honest.
I think you had Joey Gase, who didn't crack that top 25 seal after the first stage.
No, I do not think so. I mean, it didn't occur to me, Kevin. I didn't even get trade paints ready. We're going to go ahead and do that while they're gridding up.
Yeah, absolutely. Get them loaded up, see what we're working with here tonight.
They're loading all through now, I do believe. Nope, it's going to be a second.
But yeah, we got
Strong
55
field.
laps out here, Luke. It's not the longest race we've ever seen, but it's enough that we're hoping to see some green flag pit stops out here tonight. Hoping to see some strategy come into play. I know last time we were with the McCullough Motorsports, we saw a lot of strategy, and it was only an 8 or 9 car field up in that front pack come to the end of the race. But anything can happen out here, Luke. You have any predictions as to how this race is going to unfold?
I mean, it's Daytona. It's a fast track. It's bound to happen 3-4 wide. I'm expecting some wrecks out here, but I'm thinking we're gonna at least see a green pit or two, at least. I'm thinking we see a couple yellows though, for sure.
Yeah, it seems these drivers are taking their sweet ass time getting gridded up here tonight, Luke.
That they are maybe waiting on someone to get out of the shitter in the pit stalls.
And it's Saturday night. It's going to sound like I'm cracking a joke, but we've had issues in the past with drivers being a little too intoxicated out here on these maybe Friday night, Saturday night, even Sunday night races. So that could always be a factor.
Yeah, that is true, Kevin. As we look a little back through the field, looking at some of the paint schemes out here early on. We'll get into them a little more later, but yeah, strong field of drivers out here tonight, Kevin.
Yes, Devin, one fast repair on the night. And then I think fuel is going to be 50%. I'll get that window to you now.
Dylan C. Jones in the classic all-white.
Man, I love it.
I do
It's
too. It's
so,
simple. It's simple.
It's so easy for us.
So simple, yeah.
We're looking like the fuel window on the trucks is going to be 15 to 17 laps out here.
I'm liking that car from Wagner. Look at that.
Absolutely.
I'm
Good
digging
looking
that.
car.
I'm digging that purple.
Can you see purple, Luke?
I can see purple, Kevin. That is easily one of my favorites.
Maybe a little drag race to the
Oh yeah.
race car there. How many laps looks? We're looking at 55 laps out here under the lights of Daytona. And they're gearing up, going around one time before we're green out here. Ethan Eckert's going to have the command.
And here comes some of the boys rounding the corner a little late there. It is a big field out here tonight, Kevin. I mean, oh, look at that. Ethan Eckert.
Opting to take the infield line there.
Oh, another take.
Penalize him.
Penalty.
EOL.
Penalty.
EOL. EOL. Ethan Eckert recently off of a 4-week iRacing vacation. He's back and ready to win some races out here.
You know, vacation's always nice, Kevin.
I love vacations.
Yeah, me too. Personally, one of my favorite things, I'll be honest.
As they're coming out of 4, though, it's going to be green this time by, and this isn't Talladega, so get ready for that Geico restart zone, because it comes fast. Pace car comes on in. Ethan Eckert has the command with Nick Sipple alongside him. We are green racing here with MMS Money Racing at Daytona. Here we go, Luke.
And off we go, and it's Ethan Eckert with the jump there. And Alex Hill slides up into P2. Going into turns 1 and 2. Inside line looking strong off the lead, but the outside line led by the number 75. That's still Nick Sipple.
Yeah, and a great jump by that inside line. They got 3, maybe 3.5 clear there just off the turns 1 and 2, so it's going to be interesting to see if that inside line is dominant tonight or if it was just a restart thing. Ethan Eckert right now takes control of this one, and he is moving.
The back of the pack's kind of splitting up a little bit there. Not too sure what the reasoning is back there. We didn't, maybe a bit of a rough restart there. Looks like it's behind John.
Not quite sure on that one, Luke, but Alex Hill now tasting a little bit of a taste of the lead for a second there, but it looks like Cody Nagels is going to
slide up to that inside line.
Flying through and come to the inside line.
How about Nick Sipple? He's leading that outside line, and they're getting a good run going. Outside line getting things back together. They're back at speed up here, you know, contending with the inside line. You know, a lot of these drivers here, Kevin, I don't want to say it too early, but we know they're no stranger to 3 wide. I mean, we see it all the time at Talladega. I mean, Daytona's another big track for them. You think we're going to see it early, or you think we're going to stay at this 2 wide here for a while?
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of these guys know that races here with MMS specifically, and, you know, some of the other series that stay cleaner for a longer period of time. It all
There's the
comes
3
down to
wide. There it is. Sorry to cut you off there, but there it is.
I was gonna say it all comes down to strategy at the end of the day if it does stay green. So I think a lot of these guys. Oh, there's one. As
Yep,
we
and it
are
looks like it
under
happens
our
near the
first
back.
caution.
Oh, and we see 4 trucks
Oh,
involved. That's the 661 of, what is that, Joey Galati. We see Derek Rayleigh, Joshua McCullough's involved in that. I believe Steve Sizemore as well. We're going to go back and watch that one, Kevin. Happened in the back of the pack.
yeah, absolutely, and it happens fast out here, but it'll be interesting to see where that one happened.
So it happened
Whose
going into
fault that
3.
one was.
Yeah, let's see. Looks like it was going into 3. We'll maybe watch the overhead here and see what happened. So there's the Menards car. They're 3 wide in the back. Watching the overhead of the 08 of Steve Sizemore. He's in the middle right there. The 03
Oh, and the 3 just comes up and hits the 8.
Yeah, it comes
That
up into
is
Steve
gonna be
Sizemore.
that
Let's
3 car. I think is Terry
Yeah,
Wilson.
Terry Wilson. Terry Wilson comes up into Steve Sizemore. Steve Sizemore gets tangled up in that high line with Joshua. And I'm assuming they come back down and somebody else gets collected there. Oh! And we saw Josh blinking there for a second. I believe they. Let's watch the. I'll tell you what. Let's go back a little bit and watch the onboard of Steve here. He was the sandwich line there in that ordeal. So.
Yeah, and Devin in the chat telling us when it's going to happen and who's going to cause it. He seems to have things figured out here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
boy.
gets a little shove, and that's enough to push him off his line. And you know, it's a game of inches out here, especially when you're running three wide. So.
And 2 of the other guys that were involved in that incident got collected there at the end. That was just an ugly one, to say the least, there early. Collected a sizable amount of drivers. I'm reading at least, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 10 drivers in the pits right now. And it's only lap 5. But it's going to be Cody Nagels out here with the lead. I feel like we're saying his name a lot out here.
Yeah, no doubt, and you know, a couple guys in the chat not too surprised with that incident, Luke. We're only 5 laps in, but you know, it does seem to happen in some pretty common spots out here.
Hey, yeah, that's no doubt, Kevin. It's gonna be an exciting race out here, just from what we've seen so far. I mean, 3 wide, we already saw a caution. I mean, I'm thinking we're gonna probably see another one here pretty soon, if they're already racing this hard this early.
Yeah, and that's gonna move some people around a little bit. Nothing crazy. Some of the moves we've seen so far. Let's see here. Nick Sipple -6. Cody Nagels +4. Dylan Basin +6. You know, people made some moves in those front 5 laps, but it really seemed like they were pretty calm up towards the front, and we saw some 2 wide racing, but nothing super aggressive so far, Luke. You think it's going to stay that way?
I mean, like you said earlier, it's all dependent on strategy. If they decide to go 3 wide based off of strategy out here, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little more of the same. But who knows? Maybe they see that early on and they think, hey, maybe that might want to change up our strategy. Might see a whole lot more 2 wide racing out here after that little early incident. But it's really tough to say, and I think we'll know within the first 2 laps of going green out here, I'd have to say.
No doubt, but we're pacing around here. They're all getting ready to go racing once again on what I believe is going to be lap 7. Plenty of racing left, Luke. I mean, it seems like this is the call of the beginning of the race. It seems like we haven't seen anything except maybe some aggressive racing towards the back, but Cody Nagels is now in your lead. He's ready to get things started from the front, where he's taken command of time and time again in these races. And Alex Hill, who started P3, is made up a position starting on his outside.
Definitely a little bit of a change up there for the leaders, but most of the guys that were at least in the lead are still in the top 10, so really hasn't changed up that much. But they're going to be getting ready to go green this time by as they round turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, Cody deciding to take the top line here. Interesting decision after seeing, how dominant the inside line was off the last restart. He chooses the top side, and we're going to see how that one plays out as the pace car looks to take its turn down onto pit lane. The guys are ready, going across the Geico restart zone. We are green for the second time out here tonight, Luke.
Yeah, and that sunset is starting to dwindle, Kevin. It is getting dark out here, and the lights are kicking on out here at Daytona.
Cycle. Appreciate it, Joe.
Cycle.
Inside line looking decent as Cody dropped down. It's going to be chasing Stretta with the command of the top line now. As Alex Hill and Cody Nagels work on the inside. We're 2x2 all the way through. No one's taking a look at that third line yet, but they're getting up to speed. I'm sure it's going to happen soon here at Daytona. As Mistretta and Nagels flip and flop back and forth based off the lead. Looks like the inside line's going to dominate right now. Going through the tri-oval, it's still going to be Nagels, Luke.
And he's looking strong off the start of this race, Kevin. I can't lie.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's holding to their lines right now. No one's trying to be too aggressive. We're only 8 laps into a 55-lap race out here. But take a look towards the back and see how these guys are hanging in there, because I know that's where we saw some of our most aggressive racing earlier. It looks like they're about the same, single file, even further back. But there goes the third line. I think.
Oh, someone got forced up to it. Who is it?
Someone got pushed out to it.
Oh, the 71. He's riding the wall a little bit up there.
Oh, he's hard.
Oh, that's Aaron Barquez. He's coming down. Oh, hits Wagner. Comes down into Corbett, and they're collecting.
All up, and the wrecking's happening.
There it is. We saw it happen.
Yeah, it all started there with that 71 car, Luke, and it kind of just, it was bound to happen the way he was hitting that wall. He gets into the 30 car of Wagner. It looked like it really started with the 5 car trying to avoid it. Sterling Tice, I think it was, going down, trying to avoid what he saw was coming, and just getting into, another vehicle. I'm not quite sure. Is the other 5 not? You see, I don't know what number that actually is, but the 5 behind the 30 car. So probably not Sterling.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what happens up here, like up in the front. How did that third wide situation even occur? So we're watching the overhead of Aaron Barquez here, and we're gonna see what that looked like there going into turn 3, I believe. He decides to go up and just go to the third line. Like it was just willingly. And just dies off. Hits the wall, comes out into James Wagner, I believe, and they just get stuffed up.
Yeah, I appreciate the second opportunity, Devin, to redo that. I do have faith in a green flag run, though. I honestly think we're going to see something.
The pole.
Yeah.
I figured.
They're all coming down pit road now. It's going to be interesting to see who wins the race off of it and gets the command on our third restart of the day.
Yeah, it looks like Cody gets first entry. Bit of a touch and go for everyone. It's Chris Melton with the lead on the exit.
Chris Melton's going to win out. Then it's going to be Cody. Then it's going to be the 8 car, I do believe, of Steve Sizemore.
Nope, that's Chase. That's Chase.
That's Chase Mistretta. Reading as 10 for us, 8 for them. Gotta love that, don't you, Luke?
Oh, my absolute favorite, Kevin. Uses the hell out of me.
Yeah, Devin, I really should learn my lesson one of these times, but I'm just looking back. Our last MMS stream, let's see how many cautions we were looking at. One. So I think once in a blue moon sort of situation
Might be occurring out here tonight.
might have happened last time, and
Ah,
we're back to normal out here tonight.
maybe.
Um, I don't know much about him, but I will say Terry wasn't in it. Looks like it was I think 17 car field, so a little bit smaller. I'll grant you that. But we're already at double that 10 laps in out here. I really I didn't expect it, Luke.
I definitely didn't, Kevin. And you really couldn't have. I mean, from what we saw last time, I didn't think we'd see even one before the first 20 laps. I'll be honest with you.
Regardless, we're seeing
Chris
a
is in the
little bit
pits.
of
Chris
a
Melton's in the pits now. A lot of the guys in the pits. That's
yeah, a
going to
little
give Cody the
second
lead.
wave on.
He's going to take that high line once again.
Yeah, and with there being one fast repair, there shouldn't be any drivers out of this one yet. They should all be on the lead lap and all have decent cars, because we didn't see the same group of guys involved in both wrecks. I think the question is, though, who has taken their fast repair out here, because you don't really want to take it on lap 10 of 55, but I think there's a couple cars out there that might have had to.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, I don't remember exactly what car it was that got hooked there at the very, very end of that ordeal of the first incident, but he pretty much went face first into the wall, so he definitely probably took one. I don't remember exactly which vehicle it was, but there's definitely a couple guys out there that definitely might have taken a fast repair.
Yeah, and we're seeing Wagner. He was behind, the pit pace. He was about half a lap behind. He's made it up now. I would assume he didn't if he's behind. That gives me the idea that he just sat through his repairs, which was probably 30 seconds to a minute, and he's back out here and ready to race. Probably still has his in his back pocket though.
Yeah, not a bad idea to save it this early on, Kevin. I mean, definitely a lot of racing left and a lot of room for more incidents. I mean, from what we've seen, it might. I mean, it really would surprise me if we see a couple more out here. The way these guys are driving so far, they're racing pretty hard, and I believe the pace car is going to be going in this time by.
Yeah, and Cody's gonna opt to the high line again, so it's gonna be him with command of the high line and Mistretta on his inside. As we are green for the third time out here tonight, we're 2 early cautions. Let's see if they can rein it in. Cody Nagels drops down to the bottom in front of Chase Mistretta. Nathan Harper to follow. Alex Hill, the first one on that high line. Or Nathan Harper on the high line, excuse me. We're racing once again out here on lap 12 of 55. 2 cautions deep. These guys are only double file racing up front still, as there's a big gap on that second line.
Yeah, a bit of a spread right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Pack back there kind of fading off a bit. That's led, I believe, by Sean Corbett.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder, is it one of those things where we're talking to him, like, hey, we gotta calm down. There's been 2 mid to back.
Oh, we see a couple people in the infield there. Or no, someone in the pits. What do we got there? That's Ethan Ecker going into the pits.
Ethan Eckert.
And so does Chris Melton. Ethan Eckert and Chris Melton going.
Keep an eye on Eckert. I'd assume it's a drive-through penalty, but we don't have word from RC tonight.
It's a drive-through. So... It's a drive-through. He's out. There's that third. There's 3 wide.
That's really interesting. I didn't think Ethan was the cause of any but who knows? Could be anything. But with 3 wide, this is the most aggressive racing we've seen tonight. It's going to be led by
Asher Little.
Chase Mastretta, Cody Nagels, and Asher Little. Getting a lot of these guys up into the mix on that third line that haven't
That
seen
third
the
line
front
is
of the
moving.
pack yet.
They got speed.
Absolutely. Asher Little, Miles Bagley, and I think the 71 car Vasquez. We're gonna get three.
Oh, and they're
top.
rubbing up on the wall in that third line.
Yeah, and they're really just hooking that steering wheel left and praying to God that they keep it off the wall. Seems like they got through those turns.
They're getting more vehicles with them. And that's the beauty of the third line. You get enough vehicles up there and you get enough guys that can hold it straight. You can really get some good speed working there when you need it to. But just the slightest bit of error and you can really be rubbing up on the wall. Call something crazy out here at Daytona. Third line dying off quite a bit because they're going to file all back into 2 wide.
Yeah, Asher Little got a taste of the lead, but he's going to fall back to P10 after not being able to settle in off of that third line. He's going to have to fall all the way back about 5 rows until he finds a spot.
Yeah, but now fully back to... Oh!
Cody...
Hard into the walls, the 49!
Oh, good
That's
lord.
Gage Clark! Holy shit!
Damn, who's in the 5 car there? Sterling Tice?
Yup. Oh my
god. They're just staring at each other right now.
Oh my god.
Gonna have to go back and see
Gage
how that
Clark
one happened.
taking the toe. Oh man. Alright. Maybe go watch the overhead. Is he on board of Gage Clark? Or the overhead. Overhead, sorry. Oh.
That is very interesting. I think the 3 car of Terry Wilson might need a new pair of underwear after that one because him surviving that is... Let's take a look at the onboard. I want to see what his wheel looked like there.
Yeah, what even? I'm very confused. I'll be completely honest. What?
It was some sort of net code.
Yeah, that's definitely netcode.
how,
That is definitely netcode. Yeah, 100%. Look at that.
But we gotta go back and see who got a hold of him.
I almost wonder if he got like a bit of a bump. Maybe he didn't get a bump, did he?
Who though?
The 8 behind him, maybe. No, there's no one behind him. That had to have been netcode for sure. I mean, it's like it just.
From what though?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let's look at the. That's what the number 3 that he got that he hooked into.
Yeah.
It's Terry Wilson. Let's watch the. Was that the right rear? Yeah, let's watch the right rear suspension of that. And we'll see if we can repeat. I mean, you literally see his tires stay completely straight, and it just like sucks his car into his quarter panel.
It has to be the 8.
But they weren't even close.
No, they weren't. But I'm just saying, I can't imagine it was, unless there's some sort of net code that I'm unfamiliar with.
Where watch his tire. Watch the 49's tire right there. I mean, his tire stays completely straightforward until like he just gets like nosed into him, and then he cuts it right.
Talk to us, Devin. What are you thinking? What happened here?
I mean, that was easily just one of the weirdest.
I accidentally just ended the poll, but
either way, going back, we'll just watch the roll bar of Gage Clark took a ride. Now, what happened with Sterling Thice?
yeah, that's a good question. He was caught into it somehow here. I have to go back and see. I'd imagine it was just nowhere to go type of deal, but
Oh, no, and he got hit from behind.
yeah. Who was that got into him a little bit, trying to
The
get through?
03.
Kenny
That's Kenny
McCullough.
McCullough, yeah. Let's watch from his cockpit view. I mean, he was just trying to avoid the wreck, but responded a little late. Unfortunate for Sterling Theis. But we jump back live here, and they're going to be going green this upcoming time by. It's going to be Cody Nagels. And he is going to opt to take that high line once again.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely an interesting wreck. I don't know. I want to talk to somebody about it post-race, so maybe we could get somebody in here that has an idea of what happened. What's up, Chris? How we doing, brother? Still in the hospital, getting out Monday. Hey, hope all is well. Hope nothing too serious. Weather's been nice in Columbus at least.
Oh, yeah.
At least from the eastern side. I was downtown last week, Luke, and High Street was an absolute fucking mess, so
I bet it was. And
I think I'll be staying away for a couple more weeks.
oh yeah, I was there the other week too. I got verbally yelled at by a bunch of I don't even know what to call them. They just they look like they were on something. They look like they were on something. To put it that way.
Okay.
They were doing some hardcore shit, to say the least. Business is booming for somebody. We'll put it that way.
Okay, I got you. Pace car comes on in. It's going to be Cody Nagels on the outside once again. Third time he's done that. Fourth time. We're restarting out here, and he gets a good jump early here. And we are green at Daytona under the lights.
And one thing I want to point out, Gage Clark is registered him out before he started. I want to see if it cycles through back here on the tower and see what it says. But actually, no, he's still in it. He's out there. He's really off pace, but he's still out there.
Must have used up that fast repair loop because
2 laps down.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Oh, they're 3 wide. They're getting bunched up. Oh!
Oh,
and
there
the 6
it
is
is.
sideways.
Nagels goes over Asher. Asher gets into the 77.
Hold it together, boys.
They're
Oh!
holding it together
And they
as
all
best as
sorted
they
out.
can. Uh-oh, Sean Corbett's got a lot of speed coming through the grass, but he is able to slow it down.
It looks like everyone actually held it together pretty damn well.
Yeah, all things considered.
Except for Elijah Palmer.
Ethan Eckert, or Elijah Palmer in a very similar car to Ethan Eckert, is going to be ass backwards. So we're going to have to sort that out. Caution number 4 flies.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at the replay there and see where it... I mean, we obviously saw it happen up there near, I want to say the number 6 car of Cody Nagels. Yeah. So let's see. They're going down the backstretch. Let's see how that whole 3-wide situation happened.
Which hospital are you staying in, Chris? I got a buddy that gives the best sponge baths in town at Riverside if you're looking for one.
Nathan Harper goes over to that high line.
Nope, doesn't stand true to the 6'5".
Oh, and it was the bump from behind that got Cody up into the number 7.
I don't think I could blame either of them there, though. I mean,
Not
go back
really.
one more time. And, I mean, obviously it's side draft, and he's doing what he can. But I think Harper just gets too close right there.
It's tough to say, really. I mean, that was... One could even argue that the bump came a little too close into the corner. Who knows? I mean, it's really up to perspective out here, so we showed you. You be the judge, as always. Go back and maybe watch it one more time here. We'll watch it from the blimp view. Number 5 back there. Hold on a minute. I believe that's the number 5. Who was that? No, that's a different number 5.
It's the one in the bottom left right now. Not quite sure who it is.
We're gonna start just cycling through till I find him.
There he is.
Is that? Let me check the zoom in.
Yep.
Yep, that's him. That's the number 18, Miles Prince.
Miles Bagley.
Yep, let's go and watch his cockpit view here over that incident. So it's happening all the way up in the front. He's near the back. Taking no prisoner. Taking no prisoner. Completely dumped the, who was that? The number 12 of Elijah Palmer. Really drove into him there and then drove up into the wall. No, up into the 31.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Obviously we don't want to get anybody in any trouble. Definitely one of those braking situations, though.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless, Nathan Harper's still in the front row. The 27 car also up there. That's going to be Corey Wright. As he opts to stay out here, and it's going to shake things up a little bit. The fuel window, like we said earlier, is about 15, 17 laps, I do believe, what I said. Something around there. But that puts these guys at needing to pit one more time after this, you know, even if they pit here regardless. At least one more time, that is.
And, you know, Kevin, I'm just looking right here. Most of the numbers right now for these guys in the top 10 are just inaccurate. Just so you know.
I'm well aware it's a mess. It doesn't happen in the league play. It's all about the hosted sessions, because in the leagues they can match the numbers correctly if you just request a number.
Fair enough, it happens. Regardless, we're going to be going green this time by. It's going to be on lap 23 of 55. Corey Wright and Nathan Harper are going to be on the lead.
We have one car a lap down out here, Luke. It's going to be Terry Wilson in the 3 car. Not quite sure if he was involved in that one, but I would assume the fast repair is probably gone from the first incident. I don't know the extent of his damage, but I wouldn't doubt it. A lot of work for Cody Nagels to be done, though. He's going to be running P25 off the restart, coming from the back. He had some damage.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. They're tightening things up out here as they're getting ready to go across the restart out here. Once again, there it is, and off they go. Corey Wright with the jump on the inside. He's got some speed. Getting ready to go into turn 1.
Yeah, Corey Wright on the inside. Oh, getting a little loose down there on the back of the pack.
And they're already really spread out, Kevin. Making a lot of moves early off this restart. You see the 00 up into the wall a little bit back there. Right, way up on that 3rd line. That's Michael Barksdale. He's going to filter back into that 2nd line. He lost a lot of positions there. Got Ethan Eckert. He's back up there, and he's getting his first jump of the lead.
Yeah, Ethan Eckert on the outside of Nathan Harper. They race together a lot. Let's see if they're friendly out here.
The second line is running tight out here, Kevin.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, they don't want to give them any room, any air, and you know, there's going to be some bumping, and it's happening here early.
Oh, and then that's a 69 sideways, and they're wrecking
Oh,
hard.
oh! Asher Little involved. John Ward into it. Kenny McCullough.
Wagner's in it.
I see the 30 of Wagner. I see the 00 of maybe
That's Michael Barksdale.
Michael Barksdale. I mean, just
That was the 59 of
big
Mark
one.
Vondel that went up into the wall. We're going to go back and take a look at that one. And we're looking back at the previous incident. Bear with me. I got to scroll past all these wreck messages. Holy cow.
Ooh. It starts with Cody Nagels
That's
in the 6 car, middle of the pack, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, it's right around the middle of the pack. Let's go ahead and watch the...
Watch Cody.
Let's watch the blimp view first here.
Okay, that works.
This is the overhead near Mark Vondel.
Oh, not Cody. I saw some sort of green car involved. Possibly towards the end. Number 5. Yep, Devin. I don't know, man. I tried. I'm losing faith.
And I think the 59 of Mark Vondel just thought he was clear on that inside line, and it caused an absolute stack up.
45 Corbett involved. Asher, Chris Melton, hard into the wall in front
James
of John
Wagner.
Ward. The 5 car also into it. Once again, that's not going to be his first incident. Let's go back a little further in the pack and see who else catches up to this one. The 00 of Barksdale gets into it. The 49 car.
Gage
Right
Clark,
in front of the 88.
It's like he's trying to avoid it. He was involved in that earlier one. Remember, Kevin? He's trying to keep his car safe
maybe.
out here in a moment like this. He really doesn't want to have anything to do with these wrecks. He seems to get on the brakes in time to stay away from it. Don't want to speak too soon. 2 cars still up on the high wall, but he seems to make it away unscathed. As we jump back live out here, we've seen a lot of the guys in the pits out here right now, Kevin. But a decent number actually electing to stay out, about 11.
Yeah, and you know, not surprising at all that you know, some of these guys staying out because you'd still need to pit even if you come in right here. So
You know, Kevin, I hate to interrupt you here, but
I know what you're gonna say.
I'm reading the chat here. Yeah, we'll figure that shit out. Don't you worry. We'll figure that shit out. We'll get it figured out. Don't you worry.
We have something with Streamlabs set up, but
No, we just switched to OBS for this. This is like the first stream we're using for OBS. We don't really have any. You know, we haven't set any of that up yet, and I honest to God, could not tell you how. But do you want to maybe try to read into that a little bit while they're pacing around? I think we got a whole other lap as well. Do some research as well.
Yeah, my OnlyFans is on a need-to-know basis. If you want to see me oiled up playing with Hot Wheels, hit my DMs.
Okay, I just read how. Bear with me 1 second.
Are you trying to do it with Streamlabs, or what are you trying to do it with?
Apparently just through YouTube.
Oh, interesting.
Don't exactly know how that works. Alright, gotta do 2-step. This is probably a bad idea, but 9th gear is getting my phone number.
What does that even mean?
It's the recovery phone number. Phone's going crazy. They're texting me.
For when I inevitably tried to take the account from you and run, you gotta have the recovery phone number.
Of course. And it's a requirement on YouTube to be able to earn, apparently. So it said it's in Earn.
You may try to figure it out while you
Ah,
stream.
okay. So we need 500 subs and more hours watched to be able
Super
to
chat.
add that apparently. So yeah, we need more viewers. That's the that's the short answer.
Yeah, but there was
We can set up
some sort of
donations and stuff
thing
though.
through Streamlabs that
Yeah, I think there's a way we can still do like a donation system. I just don't exactly know how to do it, but regardless, they're going green. It's going to be lap 28 of 55 out here, and it's going to be Derek Rayleigh with the lead out here with Ethan Eckert on his outside line. And there's the jump. There they go. We're green out here once again, Kevin.
Yeah, and you know, the 19 car alongside Ethan Eckert. Ooh, and we're seeing some bumps around on that third line up there. That's going to be the 71 car of Vasquez and the 10 car of Chase Mastretta, which reads as 8. But the top side's going to get some speed coming out of this turn here, Luke, and I think they're going to be clear by 2 or 3 because they seem to have it figured out a little bit more than that inside there.
Fanned out a little bit there, but they seem to hold it together for the most part. Seems like someone got kind of forced up there to that high line. That's the number 12. He's fading off rather quickly back there. Files back into double file. There's that third line now led by Nathan Harper up there near the lead. Oh boy, they're 3 wide through the turns, Kevin. Third line's still being led by Nathan Harper. They're losing momentum here. They only have 2 vehicles. There's a third now. Up in front of them, I believe I think it's Chase. Yep, it's Chase. Third line's now got 3 vehicles. They're going to start to make things work out here. They're starting to gain pace on the guys up there on that second line, who is now being led, and they drop down low. Matt Lee now the leader. They're all fanning out. Everybody's making moves. I don't know what the hell to call. There's just too many people making moves right now, Kevin.
Yeah, and you know, we got the exciting racing we were hoping for out here, but I want to say that they settled back into 2, and that's really going to strand the 75 car of Nick Seipel. On that third line, he's praying for someone to go up there and help him, but
he's got guys following behind him, but he actually takes to go in.
Hops in front of Kenny McCullough. Matt Lee up to the lead, Luke. I think our last interview we had was with Matt Lee.
I believe so. He's definitely looking to get another one out here. You see someone get stranded below the yellow down there. He's going to come back up, and that's going to force an almost 4 wide situation there if he would have came up. I believe that is the number 19 of Derek Rayleigh. Good on him for staying out of the way there. Not causing something big, but yeah, Matt Lee is now the leader of this one. Ooh, getting a little bunched up there near the front. Number 11 and the number 12 make contact across the trioval. Third line is led by Kenny. He's got the 22 of Logan York behind him and the 12 car of Elijah Palmer. Everybody making transfers out here, trying to figure out what line works. Just 24 laps to go out here. The gap's starting to close out here, and the opportunity's starting to close here, Kevin. I mean, we've seen quite a few cautions out here early on, and we know there's not that many There's not much room for error out here left. The laps are closing, and there's definitely not many faster cars left out here. And how about that? Chris Carter opting to send $5 to the person who finishes in 17th place.
Yeah, shout out to Chris, doing it in honor of Chad Denton, fellow iRacing. So, good gesture there. Looks like
Oh, they're wrecking hard in the front.
Backwards,
and everyone's up, and they're flying through the fucking air.
Nathan Harper gets nailed. Nick Seipel a little bit into it, but Chase Mastretta just went for the ride of his lifetime, Luke, and I think we're gonna have to go back and see what caused that one. Just, you know, based off first look here, I mean, it looks like he tries to come down onto the 44, and it maybe wasn't there, but I don't know. We're gonna have to go back and see.
I mean, holy shit, they stacked up right up there near the front. And Chase definitely goes for a ride there. But we'll go back and watch the overhead here and take a look at what happened there.
Yeah, and you know, that's like a second to first line wreck in the front of the field. It's really kind of a miracle that didn't collect the entire field. Is that another net code out here?
That's another net code. It looks like another net code, I'll be honest.
Let's take a look.
Like, I'm going to go back just a little bit. We're going to run it in slow mo here.
Yeah, he's on that second line, holding it strong. 44 is on that first line. Neither of them doing anything wrong as of right now.
And there's just...
Yeah.
There's mysterious contact.
It was tight, but it wasn't that tight.
Yeah, there should not have been contact there, and that just causes everybody to stack up on that inside and second line. Number 7 gets loose, but a decent recovery from the number 7 there. He got swung hard up towards the wall. He cut it pretty hard to save it there. Ooh, but I don't think that was the end of his journey. Oh, it was. He held it together. But yeah, a lot of involvees in that one for sure, and we're seeing a lot of pits out here right now, Kevin. A vast majority of the field, and I think, yeah, it's everybody. These guys are just now leaving. And it's going to be Alex Hill with the lead out here, Nathan Harper behind him. Nick Seipel in third, going to be going off the restart.
Yeah, and you know, in lighter news, Luke, I will say, I found the link that we've been looking for, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in chat. Obviously, not required. Probably shouldn't tip us, but you know, if you feel inclined to do so, we can use that until we're at 500 subscribers. That's just Streamlabs version of it, which is what we use to run these broadcasts. It's again, you know.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I had no idea we even had that. And we do not have I don't think we have a thing set up to where it'll tell us when that happens, so you'll have to have the Streamlabs thing open and let me know if anything comes through.
Yeah, I got Streamlabs up, so I'm not positive if our
OBS
alert box is connected to Streamlabs, but
regardless, we'll hopefully get that set up for the next one. And that's right, Devin. Kevin does.
I wasn't under the impression there was anything wrong with that, Luke.
Yeah, I have no idea. Not to my knowledge, Devin. I don't think I don't think it had an update, but I'll be honest. I've not been on like in the last 2 days. My internet's been gone. I've been in the process of moving, and now we're in a new house and hopefully better internet. So I got some settings to iron out on Streamlabs or on what do you call it, Streamlabs? At the end of the race here, you know, just so we can hopefully get the stream quality to the perfect state here for the next race. Just got to tweak the OBS settings, I believe, after this race, which should be like the best quality next stream anyways. But it's definitely vastly better than the previous ones, that's for sure.
We appreciate it, Chris. Much love there. We appreciate all y'all for coming and making tonight even more exciting. I mean, we've had 6 cautions out here. I'm starting to feel like a little bit of an idiot more and more with each caution based off how many I said there would be. But it definitely, when we're not pacing around, it definitely makes the night more interesting, Luke. You know, seeing when the next one's gonna happen, stuff like that.
I mean, but the way these guys have been racing, I imagine we're going to probably see another one here pretty soon, if I had to take a guess. But they're going to be going green this time by. It's going to be 19 laps to go when they go green. Alex Hill with the lead. He's going to be on the inside line. Nathan Harper on the outside. I believe, is that Nick Seipel behind him? No, that's Logan York behind him. That's Logan York behind him in the 22.
Wow.
Both rocking matching schemes. And the 52 going into the pits right there off the restart. Not too sure what the reasoning for that one is, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. But they're going green out here once again. Just 19 laps to go, Kevin.
Yeah, and here we go. We're green once again. 19 laps to go. Alex Hill's found his way to the front once again. He started out here early and seemed to have avoided most of the chaos. Nick Seipel also been a front runner. Then Nathan Harper on that outside line. So got a lot of contenders up here that we see up towards the front pretty often, Luke. They are moving around.
They're making moves.
Dancing around from line to line out here. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again here soon, Luke, but, you know, hoping it doesn't as Nathan Harper makes a jump to the top side, and that gets 77 a little bit loose and squirrely, but him and Nick Seipel are able to hold on to it. Nathan Harper and Logan York, though, in matching cars up there on the top. Nathan Harper hanging on to it on the top side, Luke, with Alex Hill underneath them. It seems like, you know, that's tight 2-wide racing we've seen, but it feels a little bit different. I feel like a wreck may be looming.
Oh, and the 69 gets below the yellow there, or the 49, sorry.
49's punted down under the
That's
yellow.
Gage Clark. That's Gage Clark. He was involved in that first wreck. Maybe he literally went up and kissed the wall face first there earlier on in this race, and he's now back into the top 10 now. Oh, we see the outside getting a little squirrely back there by Kenny McCullough. But he holds it together. That third line's starting to get developed, and they got numbers, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. And it starts with, is that John Ward up there? Well, not anymore. That's the
88 that was there, but that is now the
78.
The 8 of the Stretta now. He just transferred up.
Oh, yep, now he's up there, absolutely.
They've lost speed now.
A lot of speed on that second line, though. He might opt to take it if he gets clear.
72 of Alex Hill decides to slide back down to that inside line after he got clear. Third line losing numbers. They only got 3 vehicles now.
How about Cody Nagels making his way back into the top 10 position?
That third line.
Pop in front of Chase Mastretta. They got a couple more drivers up there now. See if they can get a run going. As Alex Hill is picking lanes to hold off the storm behind him. He's doing a little bit of rear view driving right now. Logan York gives him a good push on the bottom, but here they go. Oh, and we're wrecking in the back.
That's the 3 car of Terry Wilson. I think he was the only involved, though. To my knowledge, nope, Matt Lee was involved as well. But I believe that stays a 2-car incident, and we're going to stay green out here, Kevin, as they're still 3 wide up there for the lead. A lot of transfers still happening. The guys are still shuffling around trying to make up those places after that wreck in the back. But we're still green out here, and the 75 slides up high. It's Nick Seipel bumping around a little bit back there near the back in the 3-wide situation here. Danny McCullough all still holding it together.
Side by side is Nathan Harper and Logan York in those matching trucks. They're going to be the pushers on both lines, so they have a lot of control over this race right now. But I think the scariest, aspect of this race for them right now is that looming third line. Asher Little's got a lot of speed right now as he's made it up to P5. He's only one row back. And, they seem to just keep on sneaking up, lap by lap on that third line. Mistretta's up there. Maybe Sterling Tice. One of the 5 cars is up there. Yeah, that third line just kind of fell apart right there. They lost a couple cars. I think they're going to lose some speed, but Chase Mistretta's able to sort himself in about 8th place on the second line, Luke.
Yeah, and he did a good job moving up there. Asher Little, though, still leading that third line. He's still trying to get anything working, but the guys are just not following him.
No, and he's down 8 spots now. Based off of last lap, it seems like he lost his opportunity there.
Oh, and they're wrecking behind him! Oh, the 49 is on his fucking head, and he's flipping.
The 27 hard into it. The 45 Sean Corbett hard into it. John Ward in the back.
Holy sweet Jesus.
Very slow.
Gage Clark was doing fucking flips.
Multiple cars in it again.
Oh my god. Now we're going to have to go back and watch that one. That was a wild wreck. And it happens right around Gage Clark, and I believe the 27 of Corey Wright. We'll have to watch it from another angle there, but they're all still holding it. Oh, looks like the 49 might have gotten a bad bump. But yeah, he goes for a ride.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Chris. Anything helps. The thumbs up button, the comments you're leaving in the chat right now. Anything to get the exposure for the algorithm.
Yeah, I just need more subs.
Appreciated by us.
I think that's the only thing we're missing right now, the criteria. That and viewers, or just more stream time, I think.
I think we're on pretty good pace to hit the viewership.
Let me see. Yeah,
the subs.
We need subs, and we need valid public watched hours.
So yeah, just watching the stream helps us. You don't even have to do anything. Hey, we appreciate it, Devin. Good night, brother. We appreciate you coming by and shooting the shit with us for a while.
Oh yeah, it's always good talking to you, Devin. Jeff calling out some of the other guys in the chat, it seems.
I will say, Jeff, I know a lot of the guys probably watching, I'd say, are in their cars right now.
Oh, and they're wrecking in the pits! Sorry to cut you off there, Kevin, but I see someone in backwards in the pits. That's the number, I believe... I genuinely can't tell. That's the number 8. That's number 8 of Steve Sizemore. He's still sorting it out, but he looks like he makes his way into his pit. But they're making the race off, and definitely not where he wants to be right now with...
Why are we reading him in first?
I'm just as confused. Yeah, he's definitely still in the pits, but the leader on the exit right now is Nick Seipel.
There's a chance he got around the...
No, and he's going to filter back. There it is.
Okay, I
I was
was
about
gonna
to
say
say,
there's a chance he
what?
got around the pace card there somehow and
That would
is
have been
a lot ahead of
insane.
everybody, but he's gonna filter back, and this is gonna be the last pit we're gonna need to see from these guys, Luke.
Oh, yeah.
Devin was right. No green flag pits out here tonight. The window's about 15. They got about 10.
Yeah, he
Yep,
ain't
we'll see you
lying.
next time, brother. Yeah, and he, knows more than we do.
Clearly.
And he's saying shit. Might as well watch. That's the spirit. 10 more to go, but what? Can you check real quick, Luke? What the situation on the green white checkers is tonight?
Sure. Just taking a look here. And,
Not seeing any. Because I didn't see any on the flyers. So
I'm not seeing any. So, to our knowledge, what happens goes. If we happen to have any drivers in the stream right now listening or watching or can't hear us by any chance, please tell us if we know if there's any green-white checkers, as we cannot communicate with the guys on the track due to unfortunate circumstances. Regardless, Nick Seipel opting to take the high line here off the restart with just... It's going to be 8 laps to go here, Kevin.
yeah, and how about Cody Nagels? I mean, he's had to fight through some stuff tonight. He's been forced to the back of the field once, maybe twice out here, and he can't be tamed. He's up in 5th place right now. Nick Seipel, he's had control of this race throughout, lurking in the top 5 area. And then there's Nathan Harper, who's, been upside down at one point in this one, and Ethan Eckert, who had an EO or a drive-through earlier in this race. So a lot of these guys up in the front, have been here all race.
Ah, Devin got the
Okay.
word for us. 3 green-white checkers.
Thanks, Michael, stopping by and letting us know, as you are,
Michael did. Sorry,
to my
sorry.
knowledge, in 7th place right now.
Yeah, hell yeah, Michael. Good stuff, Michael. Where's he running? He's running on that outside line right now. He's the 00. If I'm not mistaken, he was involved in an incident earlier, so...
we see 6 likes right now, which is not bad by any means.
Yeah, that's pretty
to,
good. That's pretty good for our
what
standard.
we usually get. So might be wanking it, might be
wanking it, might be cranking it. Who knows? Regardless, we're gonna crank it up because we're getting ready to go green out here, Kevin. Well, maybe not yet. We'll do that later. But I just thought it'd be a funny reference. But the sun is down and it is pitch ass black out here, Kevin, and it is going green out here once again. And the lamp is lit, and here we go.
Perfect
Just
racing
8 laps to
conditions.
go.
You gotta love it. Daytona at night. And they ought to make a movie about it, Luke. But Nick Seipel on the...
Oh, and they're wrecking early off the restart. It's in the backfield, and there's many drivers involved. Holy hell.
88 Menard's car in it once again. The 44 in it once again. Mark Vondell going through the grass.
York's loose. We're going to have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, York's kind of squirrely. Looks like he's got some damage maybe on that left side, but... Luke, it feels like a punch in the face to me. It feels like this was intentional because I said that we wouldn't have too many cautions tonight.
Ooh. Yeah, and we're gonna have to go back off the restart. I mean, that was literally right off the restart there. Maybe one of the lines got stuffed up. It's tough to say.
We're gonna find out, I think, as some pushes are being given on that inside line right now to the 88 car from the 71. 71 gets a little high right there. Nothing, to raise concerns though. God damn, Luke, how much you back it up?
It's right here. So the 88
Oh,
gives a
and
bit
it
of a
looks like
push to the guy in
88
front of him, and then that kind of stuffs him up. he gets a push from behind into the 71, and that just causes
Yeah, just a big stuff up that turned the 88, and the rest was history. Logan York goes for a little bit of a ride there. 49 maybe gets through that one.
yeah, Gage Clark. I think he did. Let's watch that from his cockpit view here. He had a good front row seat of that.
Ward getting some free advertisements for Dega Pros, maybe. He's looking at the back of his car.
And he really just held his line and kept it straight there.
Yeah.
Probably said a prayer there before he sent it through that one. Regardless, we jump back live here, and that's going to leave a lot of the guys going into the pits here, Kevin. But it's going to be, I believe, just what, 4 laps to go here when we go green. That ain't going to take us to a green,
like
white, checkered.
Surprised with, seeing any pits out here that aren't damage related. We might not be. They might all have been involved in that one, but we saw the majority of the field come in about 5 laps ago, so staying out here seems to be the obvious decision, as that's what Seipel, Eckert, Nagels, Harper, Hill, and the rest of the top 10 guys choose to do.
Kevin, I was thinking about it the other day. It would be just the funniest update for iRacing if they just did it and didn't tell anybody one day.
They fixed that code.
Well, that would be hilarious, but what if they made the pace car like a solid object? I mean, I feel like every race we see the drivers up there fucking with the pace car. Imagine if one day they just made it a solid fucking object and they didn't tell anybody.
And you got incident points for turning the pace car.
It would just cause a pile up.
But yeah, based off of 31 entries, which is the max, which is what we got, I believe. Let me see if I'm even looking at the right flyer. I'm trying to get payouts out, though. I think it's top 6. Like, double check real quick.
Either 6 or 7, I can't remember.
Yeah, so it's based off max 33. We got 31 out here tonight, so very close. First place 175, second place 150, third place 125, fourth place 100, fifth place 90, sixth place 75, and then a random driver outside the money that paid within the top 20 of payers. That's going to be randomized for an extra $50. So 7 people are getting paid out tonight, but 6 of them are going to be in the top 6 positions.
See, I mean, the battle's really going to be battle end is going to be right there at that cutoff. That I believe that 6, 7, and 8 spots probably going to be that danger zone. The crazy spots to watch for. They're going to be really fighting for those money positions in those spots for sure. But they're going to be going green this next time by, and it's going to be 4 laps to go out here, Kevin. This isn't going to take up one of our green, white checkers, so there's still going to be 3 at our disposal here if need be.
Pacing around Luke, it seems to be the story of the night. I guess I'll ask the question that I've been trying not to ask. Which paint schemes are sticking out to you?
I feel like you ask me this question every night, Kevin, and just looking back through here, one that I'm noticing, I'm really liking that number 15 monster truck of William Scott Jr. Another one back there. It's hard for me not to like the, let's see, what is that, the 22 of Logan York. I like that, the old school, like, baseball theme kind of thing they got going on. Between,
yeah, absolutely.
Him and, I believe, who was the other one that was running it? I believe it's Nathan Harper. But regardless, we're getting ready to go through the restart. Maybe for the last time. The time will tell as the pace car goes in, and they're going towards that early Geico restart, and here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We are racing once again out here at Daytona under the lights.
Yeah, 4 to go. Ethan Eckert Drops into the inside there. There's single file through 4.
And welcome in, Cameron. Yes, we were. We were doing some pacing. How's it going, Kenny? Inside line really getting a good charge there. They're clear about 4 or 5 cars.
Oh! Hard wrecking in the very back of the pack. Seems like some of the familiar faces got into that one.
Terry
as
Wilson
we see
and Corey Wright.
Terry Wilson ass backwards. The 27 car of Corey Wright. Also not exactly straight. Trying to see who else we saw.
That's going to be 9 wrecks so far, Kenny, to answer your question. As of now, we're going to have to go back and watch that. And I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't even catch it, Kevin.
Oh, it looks like the double O is going to drop down and squirrel up Logan York. Let's take an onboard with Logan York if we could, Luke, because it looked like it happened literally right in his face.
Yeah, and we'll go back just a little bit here and see what it looked like from this point of view here.
Huh.
Oh, my.
Yeah, you know, Devin, in hindsight, 3.5 was pretty dumb, but I'd like the word hopeful over dumb. But yeah, let's take a look at the overhead. Once again, just see how that one happened. I think we have a pretty good idea of how that one happened, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those situations. That third line was starting. They were going from 2 lines to 3 lines. The guys were just kind of, a little indecisive there. Get a bit of a squirrely push there. It just kind of causes the guys to collect up. And it involves about 5 vehicles there in the back. But that's going to leave another caution out here, Kevin. That's going to be number 9 on the night. We are approaching double digits. Kevin, I feel like we've seen a little bit more pacing than we've seen racing out here tonight. At least, from what we normally see out here in the McCulloghs. And compared to the last race, at least.
Let's do some math here. Let's say each caution warrants 4 pacing laps. I mean, we've seen 9 of them. That's well over half the race. It's like 36 laps out here. I mean, I think it's safe to say it's been a pacer out here tonight. And that happens, we talk about how it's a snowball effect almost. The nights we don't see many, we don't see any. The nights we see cautions early, they just keep coming, so... it happens, and I think tonight's one of those races where it's, who can stay in front of it, because most of them we've seen have been mid-pack or, backpack.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the guys do out here with our, it's our first green-white checkered for the night. So they've got 2 more at our disposal if we need it. The guys are going to be really, really racing competitive out here, I imagine, around that 6, 7, and 8 positions. So it's going to be interesting to see those kind of positions here off the restart. They're really going to be fighting here in the last couple laps. But the battle's mainly, I feel like, going to be, first, second, third. But I'm really aiming back in that 6, 7, 8 spot, Kevin, really. I think that's going to get pretty squirrely there near the end.
Yeah, and I can't help but notice our chat is now talking about Call of Duty. Luke, big Call of Duty guy?
I was back in the day, back when Modern Warfare 2 was, the big hype, and the old Black Ops games and stuff like that. I haven't played any of the new ones too much recently. I did try them a couple times. I got fucking shit on, but I was more of an Apex guy around the Warzone time, I'll be honest. When Warzone was a thing, I was an Apex guy.
Yeah, I just can't bring myself to buy the new ones, but I still play a lot of BO3 zombies, so...
Yeah, I definitely can't bring myself to pay those absurd prices for the Call of Duty games now, but I can definitely bring myself to pay some absurd amounts of money for some other things on some other games, but enough about me. We're getting back to the race out here. Our first green-white checkered, we're going green this time by. And, I'm a little interested to see if Devin's going to hit his mark here. If if we do hit that 10 caution mark.
Yeah, look, I think it's a safe bet that we're gonna hit it at the pace we've been at so far. Um, but you never know. And I think it's gonna be interesting to see not only if it happens, but where it happens, because we've had, I think, two incidents at the very front of the field, and it's been super interesting seeing those guys claw their way all the way back up to the front throughout the race. But gonna be going green this time by. It's gonna be a 2-lap shootout. They only have to make it 1 lap. And then, anything goes. They're gonna race it out to the end at that point. They're gonna do what the Xfinity race should have done today and stayed green.
Yeah, I mean, I for one just cannot believe that NASCAR allows cautions in the last lap. I think that is just the stupidest fucking rule. Sorry, I gotta say it. I think it's stupid.
Well, yeah, and especially
unless it's like very well warranted. If there's cars all over the field and they can't finish the last lap, then yeah, I get it. But
what a one-car incident. Anyways, pace cars.
Yeah, whatever. Enough about Xfinity. We're going green.
And we are green as a really good jump for that inside line there with Nick Seipel. He gets a really hard push from the 7 car of Nathan Harper. And they've got the momentum so far. Transfers are being made.
I mean, they gotta happen.
Yeah, they gotta happen. The 76 car of Warren goes up top. He's got a good run coming out of the turn.
Bit of a squirrely push there for that outside line. Gets a 75 into the inside line a little bit there against Alex Hill, but they all hold it together. We see that third line starting to loom there, Kevin. I believe Sean Corbett's leading that. John Ward filing in behind him. That third line is definitely the line for miracles if it's going to happen. The inside line are really looking strong, but they're getting stuffed up a little bit. 77 opts to go high.
Naggles on that inside now.
Alex Hill with the transfer up high. He gets the lead on the outside line.
White flag.
White flag is in the air, and this is going to be it, Kevin.
Yeah, and Alex Hill up there on the top. He's getting great pushes from Nick Seipel, but here comes Nathan Harper and Cody Nagels. They've been working together well. Chase Mastretta on their tail. Ethan Eckert on the third spot of the high line. These are some tight lines, Luke, and these are some very talented drivers, so we're going to see who can push better as we're going up across the backstretch for the last time.
Alex Hill getting a little squirrely. They're stacking up on the inside. They're wrecking behind him, and it's 4 cars left for the drag race.
Everybody. Nathan Harper hanging on to it.
Still wrecking behind him.
Cody Nagels on his tail as they come out of turn 4. The move's got to be made. Nagels with a crossover. He goes inside. Harper's forced to the top. Seipel's pushing Nagels, and Cody Nagels is going to win it here at Daytona.
Woo. Oh, boy. What an exciting end to a wild race, Kevin.
Exhilarating. Cody Nagels,
and that one's not fair, Devin. Devin, you can't call last lap wrecking. We all knew it was going to happen. We all knew it. But Cody Nagels getting the win out there, Kevin. What a win for him.
Yeah, and we're going to have to go back and see that big wreck that happened there because...
oh, hell, you're going to have to tell me about which one. I mean, I'm reading too many vehicles wrecking there.
Let's take a look at the one that cleared out. I think it took the 12 car with it. Yeah, let's pick it off.
This looks like the first one. This one looks like the first one here. This is the first one I'm reading. The first wreck I'm reading is from John Ward. So we're gonna watch the overhead of John Ward here. They all get stacked up, and it happens in front of them. It happens in front of them.
Yeah,
I believe that's near Mastretta.
It gets Mastretta. It gets Eckert. It gets Warren. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for.
This is right around that, like I said, that 6, 7, 8 position, Kevin. The danger zone. They're all trying to push up there and stay in those money positions. I mean, they don't have anywhere to go, so they're really just trying to push the line in front of them as hard as they can so they can just stay in front of the guy next to him. And appreciate you, Devin, if you're heading out, man. We'll see you in the next one. So it seems like both of the lines kind of get awkward pushes in their own respect, I'll be honest. It kind of forces that outside line into the guys on the inside. Just a couple of awkward bumps all the way through. and that causes a couple of the guys to get hooked. And I mean, they wrecked like hell there at the end, Kevin. I'll be honest. We
Yeah,
see
let's take a
the
look at some official results out here.
let's see what we got.
Because we know Cody won that one. And then Nathan Harper, Nick Seipel, Alex Hill, Asher Little, Aaron Vasquez are going to be your cashers out here tonight.
Yeah, you know what? Before we look a little bit more back here at the Rex, let's go ahead and look at the checkered. Let's watch the checkered here. Trying to figure out the best cam here for this. And they were just wrecking like hell there at the end. There, this will do. This will do right here.
While you look at that, I'm gonna drag over Cody and start talking to him.
Yeah, bring him on in.
Hey, Cody, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how about that race? It was a crazy race all the way from the start to the finish. We know you got involved in an incident around looking back, it was around lap 20 or so, involving Nathan Harper. Then you kind of started picking off positions coming from the back from then, and you had a great run. And then once again there at the end, it was Nathan Harper again. How were you able to get around him, and how were you able to get into that position to begin with?
Give me just a second. Is this like a PG broadcast or no?
No, you can say whatever you want.
All right, hey Kyler Wynn, you're in the chat saying a yellow line violation. You're a fucking bitch. That's all I want to say about that. I mean, I got hit there, so it would take an idiot to think that I wasn't hit down there, but that's cool. Kyler's a bitch and he knows it. He ain't gonna say shit to my face. Anyway, so back to the race. Honestly, it was just getting teammates lined up and staying on the bottom, knowing how bad the netcode is in this truck. At Daytona night, netcode is pretty awful, honestly. So we just stayed bottom and tried to avoid the carnage because half of the cautions were netcode in this race. So we just said don't go third, and we made our way to the front, and then I was able to put a good crossover on Harper. But yeah, it was definitely a very eventful one.
Yeah, very eventful. And I was going to ask about that. It seems like we see a fair bit of netcode in these trucks, but nothing crazy. It seemed like tonight was, has something changed with these trucks that we're unfamiliar with, or that it just seemed to keep happening?
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to run Daytona. I mean, it's great, but it seems like the Daytona day racing's just a lot better. It seems like the graphics can't really handle Daytona night, I think is the biggest issue.
All right, well, we appreciate it, Cody. Very impressive run from the back to the front. We knew you had a shot at it throughout the race. Very fast car. So congratulations on bringing home the checkered and getting the win tonight. Anyone like to shout out before you get you out of here?
Yeah, I want to thank Wagner's Welding for being on the hood as always. Nightmare Esports, Icon Apparel, and fuck Kyler Wynn. He can eat my ass.
All right, we appreciate it, Cody. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cody Nagels with some choice words for
words.
Kyler Wynn.
Yeah, some choice words for Kyler Wynn. Jeez.
And I'm gonna see if I can get either of the top 3 finishers in here. They're over in the review room. I'm about to just drag them and
Inbound.
talk to them. Yep. Hey, Nathan, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I just wanted to talk to you for a little bit. Crazy race. You were able to stay up front through the whole thing and get a second place finish. Congratulations on that, first of all. But I wanted to ask you about the netcode. It seemed like that was the story of the night out here when we had 9 cautions. Did that seem to be a factor in your race? And if so, how were you able to overcome it and get podium finish?
Well, when I forget what lap it was, but Chase Mastretta, he was up front, and I don't know who he got the net code from, but I don't know if it came from the back or the side, but his car just hooked to the left, and I had to use a fast repair on that. But looking back on lap 19, I don't I came down a bit, and then the Cody neck coated up into me, and then wrecked. So I'm not gonna take the P2 just yet. I don't know if I got it. I might get in the OL. No one took responsibility for it, so we'll see what the panel says. But I mean, yeah, that I only had one instance where it screwed me over, but good thing we had a fast repair, and I was able to just stay up front because of the caution fest.
Yeah, and definitely was a caution fest. Like I said earlier, all these results are unofficial, but as it stands, it looks like you're in second. So hopefully that holds for your sake. And we had some people in chat saying maybe a yellow line violation with Cody. I don't know if you're in broadcast, but definitely some choice words between two of the guys about that. If you have any opinion on that call.
Nah, I forced him down. I think because once he got to my inside, he established it, and I turned left. I forced him down, so it was legal. I think he had no
All right.
choice.
Well, we appreciate you coming and sorting some things out. Always good talking to you. Congratulations on getting some money out here tonight at Daytona. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, I worked with Nick, Ethan, and Logan. So yeah, shout out to them, and shout out for you guys putting this on.
All right, we appreciate it, Nathan. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That was Nathan Harper getting a second place finish out here after running up front for damn near all the race, Luke. Good run for him, good run for Cody. I'm reading Nick is in a call with he's not in the review room. I don't know. I don't want to drag him if he's mid conversation, but he got a good P3 out of this one tonight, Luke. I think that's gonna about do it though, as far as the interviews and as far as our broadcast goes. Any final thoughts about how tonight went?
I mean, other than obviously, Daytona, one of my favorite tracks, Kevin. I have nothing to complain about. I love seeing the big wrecks, and they definitely gave us an exciting one to commentate and talk about tonight, Kevin. Other than that, I mean, it was just an absolute blast broadcasting as always.
Yeah, no doubt, and we're gonna be kind of busy in the next few days. Tomorrow we have CMS in the trucks. That's gonna be at Kansas, 9:15 Eastern launch time, and then Thursday we're back with Burnt Rubber Racing, and then Friday we're back with R&R. So a busy week coming up. Got some exciting races ahead of us there, but I think that's about all I've got as well.
Yeah, well, in that case, a big... What's up?
Go ahead.
I was going to say a big thanks to all the viewers coming out here for watching, as always, and thanks to everybody out here for, the chat was definitely popping a little more than usual, so a big thanks to everybody out here for getting the engagement up a little bit and reading the chat. Yeah, everyone's weighing in on the subject, a little bit of the little post-race words, but a big thank you to everybody coming out here for watching this one. A big thanks to the drivers for making it exciting as well, and a big thanks to the McCulloghs for putting this thing on and giving us the privilege of broadcasting it. Kevin, I had a pleasure commentating alongside you, and I believe we will see all the viewers out here in the next stream, and that is going to be, tomorrow, right?
Or night, 9 o'clock Eastern, be there.
Yep, and we'll see you all there. Be there, be square. Good night, race fans.